we just gone through the exam blueprint. We have seen about the procedures. So how you going to equip yourself during the training sessions, and what you need to do on post training, what activities you will be performing on the post training completions, and what you need to do for the exams, and how you're going to handle those exams, and how much money you're going to spend for the certifications. So we have seen the complete information, and one informations we are not able to see, that how you're going to retain the certification in current status. So we don't have time. So the time was above 9, so we put an end to the first session. So right now, how many questions in total you're going to get? I think everyone has got the first class video, the recordings. I hope everyone has got the video recordings. Any newcomers? Mr. Rajendra,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rajendra and Mr. Kavya Sri.
No, this I got it for money.
Okay. So any newcomers, if you have any background noise, please mute your mic, and whenever you want to ask the doubt, you can ask the doubt. And if anyone has not got the video, the first class recording, you can just contact Mr. Mani. Mani will be sending you the recording sessions. And Mani already sent the material also. He has kept the, I sent the materials, and some people has received. And Mani has kept the materials in the form of a WeTransfer link. So you can download all the materials and you can take that materials. Now, how many questions in total we have?
180.
180, right? 180. So how many questions you're going to target for the people? So in
74.
total,
74.
74, right? So 180, out of 180, we are able to get 74 questions. Sorry. We are able to get 74 questions in people. So in this 74, 37 goes to where? 37 will come from the people, the predictive projects, and 37 questions will be coming from the adaptive projects. Good afternoon, good evening, Mr. Arman. Mr. Varun, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Okay, so 37 from the predictive life cycle and 37 from the adaptive life cycle. And process, how many? We are able to get 90. So 45 from the predictive approach, 45 from the predictive approach, and 45 from the adaptive approach. The business environment, remaining 16 will be asked from the business environment. So 8 will be coming from the predictive approach and 8 will be coming from the adaptive approach. So total 180. So the duration given for you to answer this 180 will be 3 hours and 50 minutes, right? So how many sections the exam question is divided? How many sections you can see in the exams?
3.
3 sections. So this 180 will be divided into 3 sections. So you'll be getting 60, 60, and 60. So 3 hours and 50 minutes will be split into 3, and that equal timing will be given for all the sections. So you need to make sure that you need to complete that 60 within the given durations. And before you are going to switch over from the first section to the second section to answer the second set of 60 questions, you'll be getting a break for 10 minutes. The break, 10 minutes is an optional break. It's not a mandatory. So if you want to use that break, you can use that break. Or if you doesn't want to use the break, you can skip and you can do the exam. You can continue your exams. But that 10 minutes will not be added. Or the break time will not be added. It's an optional. So it's not a mandatory. So the logic is applicable for the second section, the third sections. So once you're going to complete all the 180, each and every section will ask you twice whether you're going to submit the first set of 60 questions, second set of 60 questions, third set of 60 questions twice. So it will not ask once, it will be asking twice. So whether you're going to submit your performance for the section 1. So you need to, or you will be doing the review process. So once you want to do the review process, you can go back and what questions you flag for review, you can do the review. And which question you marked, which you have a dilemma to go with answer A, answer B, answer the C, answer D. So you can take your time, you can give your answers, and you can remove that flag. So once you're doing the exams, if you have any doubts on any questions, if you have a dilemma, don't try to waste your time. So mark your answer and there will be an option called flag for review. So once you're going to use that flag for review, you can see the yellow color flag. So once you are completing the first set of 60 questions, it will be in the linear order. It will be in the vertical order, all the 60. So it will be giving you the clear information, which questions you flagged for review. So that question you can click. You can see that it will be flagged with the yellow color. You can go back and you can give your answers, take your sufficient time and remove that flag and come and give your answer, give a search for the other question which you flag for review. So don't try to waste your time. So just use these options. So this will be a very easy option for you to save your time. So this will be applicable for the second section of the 60 questions, third section of 60 questions. Any doubts? Any doubts? So far, so
No.
so
Yeah.
So the result will be instant result, and you know very well your performance will be measured by the plan metrics. So they're going to use a 4 kind of metrics. The overall performance should be target and above target. You pass your exams. There is no distinctions. Only binary logic. Either the candidate get passed or the candidate will be getting failed. So the overall performance of the passing candidate will show above target performance, or it will be target performance. If the performance of the student shows that below target, need improvement, these people should resit for their exams. So the fate is decided there. So the person will get failed. So don't worry, you'll be getting 2 more chances. So you know very well the application will be done by Mr. Mani. So once this application is done from Mr. Mani's end, you'll be getting the notification from PMI customer care. So I was requesting you to give the email which you access frequently. Don't try to give your company email. You don't provide any guarantee to stay in the same company. So try to give your personal email address. So that will be a corresponding the bridge between you and PMI customer care. So what all the message they want to communicate to you as a candidate, they'll be communicating to email address. So double check the email address once you're going to open your profile in PMI website. So you know very well the PMI website is having the URL www.pmi.org. So you can just go and you can create your profile. Don't try to do anything right now. Could you please start the class from beginning? No, this is the beginning, sir. Okay. So you're able to get my voice, Mr. Venkatesh?
Yeah, yes. Just now I am getting your voice clearly.
Okay, okay. Because already there are.
Can you start since from the beginning? Because just now I have some issue with my laptop.
The class is getting recorded, sir. The recording session will be sent to each and every candidate.
Okay, okay, fine.
Just to be recapping what we have done in the last sessions.
Okay.
So you can have the recording session with Mr. Mani. Mani will be sending you the complete recordings.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Okay. So now coming to the recertification process. So the recertification process is called as a CCRS. Please, I request all the participants to have the notepad. So please take the complete information, which is very vital and very important, because right now everything came as an electronic format. We forgot the writings on manually. So we are not using our manual scripts. So try to take this one in a notepad. So it will be very easy for you to detour what you learned from the first session until the last sessions. And you may have a chance to use multiple notepads. So try to keep as much as possible the notebooks. Try to keep your pen. So what all the things very important, try to take that one into your notepad, please. So once the candidate is getting passed in the PMP exams, so you will be coming into the system called CCRS. This will be a universal system. The CCRS is nothing but continuous certification requirement system. It's a continuing certification requirement system. So how many PDUs you need to obtain? Any idea? How many points you need to obtain for you to recertify? Any idea? If you know, please come with the answer. If you know the answer, please try to come with your answer, even though it's going to be a wrong answer. I'm here to correct that. So how many points you have to store? How many points you need to gain? Ms. Kala, you have any idea about this, ma'am?
No, Bala.
Okay, so
recertification, I don't have idea.
So now, for example, Mr. Venkatesh is getting passed today. So his CCR cycle starts from tomorrow. So The one cycle will be for 3 years. So you can keep your certification live for 3 years. It's not lifetime. That's the reason the PMP is not called as a certificate. It's called as a certifications. So certification will be having expiry date. It will be having the origin date, and it will be having the expiry date. So once you're going to pass your examination, for example, Mr. Venkatesh has passed the examination today. So his certification will be valid from 6th July 2023 until 5th July 2026. So this cycle will be for 3 years. So every cycle he has to submit 60 PDUs. Please take this one, PDUs. The PDUs is nothing but professional development units. I repeat, the PDUs is nothing but a professional development units. So we can call colloquially in common man term the 60 points or 60 PDUs, or we can call this one as a recertification units, RU, recertification units. Some certifying body, they're going to call this one as a CMP, credential maintaining points, or credential maintaining program. So as per the PMI ISM, we can go with the PMI description that they're going to call this one as a PDUs, professional development units. So you need to obtain 60 professional development units, and the duration is 3 years. So once you're going to pass today, your certification will be valid until 2026 July 5th. Right now, you'll be working out for the period of 6th July 2026 until 5th July 2029. If you have any doubts, please stop me. Mr. Araman, so far so good, right? I can continue. Sir, Mr. Vinod?
Yes, sir.
Everyone is having a right, they have an authority to just express their opinion. If you doesn't able to understand, if you're not able to get the things, you can stop me, you can clarify. Nitin, shall I?
You mean to, Bala, you mean to say every year 30 PDUs?
Every 3 years, right? Every 3 years.
Achha, every 3 years total 30 PDUs.
Not 30, 60 PDUs.
60.
Yeah, 60 PDUs.
60,
yeah. So for example, Mr. You have passed your exam for 6th July. Sorry, today you passed. Your certification will be valid from tomorrow until 5th July 2026, right?
Yeah.
So within this cycle, within this 3 years, you need to obtain 60 PDUs for you to recertify and keep your certification in live status for the period of 6th July 2026 until 5th July of 2029. It's clear? Is it clear, Nitin?
So you meant to say 2023 to 2026, no need to submit any PDU?
You passed your examination today, Nitin. So you can keep your certification in live status for the period of 6th July until 5th July 2026, right?
Okay.
Now within this is the 3 years, right?
Okay.
So within this 3 years, you need to obtain your 60 PDUs for you to keep your certification in live status for the period of 6th July 2026 until 5th July of 2029. Is it clear?
Clear. Okay.
It's clear. Everyone is clear, right?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. Now you can score 20, 20, or 20. First year you can score 20, second year you can score 20, and third year you can score 20. Or if you can score 60 in first year, or you can score 60 in the second year, or you can score 60 in the third year. You don't require to obtain 60 in the first year. You don't require to obtain 60 in the second year. You can do the, you know very well, you need to fulfill the target. The target is 60 PDUs, right? So you can do that one. Now, my question to you, how are you going to obtain this PDUs? And what are the ways you need to do for you to obtain the 60 PDUs? Please note down, there are 2 categories. The first category will be called as a education. The first category is called as a education category. The second one is experience category. Education, it can be the traditional classes, face-to-face class, or it can be virtual classes, or it can be online classes. So education will take these subcategories. Experience, your professional experience, as well as the volunteering, the things you're going to do for creating the project management awareness. So that can be within your company or outside your company. So by conducting some meetings on project management, by bringing some speaker to the seminars. So who's going to conduct TED speaking, who's going to be a TED speaker, and is going to select a topic on project management. and you're going to do the volunteering work, or you're going to conduct a PMI related congress, or you're going to conduct you are running a chapter within a particular region. So that all will count under the experience. The maximum PDUs you can obtain through your education is 35. The maximum. So this will be having various subcategories. You can choose your categories and you can obtain one category will make you to just take 35 PDUs, not more than that. The overall experience, the second category will make you to report 25 PDUs. So to fulfill that 60, you need to go there is a compulsion for you to score your PDUs through education and through your experience. Is it clear, guys?
Mr. Bala, I have one question.
Okay, please, sir.
Yeah, you told me now until after passing your examination, 3 years the course is valid, certificate is
Not
valid
course,
for
sir.
3 years.
It's your
By the time
it's not a course completion. It's going to be your exam completions.
okay, exam completion, the
It's a
certificate is valid
global-
for 3 years, right?
Yeah, global certification that will be valid for 3 years.
Okay. By
That
the
will-
time PDU means what we have to do? We have to again do the test again.
No, what is the use of doing the same test again and again, sir? They are asking you to educate yourself in different aspects. You know very well, project management is not a very easy job to do. It's not very easy for
Okay.
you to manage your project, whether it's a small project or whether it's a medium project or whether it's a larger scale project. It's not very easy for you to manage. Can you
Okay.
see? So project management is integration of various aspects. So you know very well, if you want to do the project management, you should have a master skill in knowing the integration management. How you going to integrate the things. You need to have the
Okay.
broader understanding in the scope management. You need to know a broader understanding on the communication. So communication management. You need to know something about the procurements, the purchase, right? You need to know how
Okay.
to manage your resources. Either it will be a physical resource or it can be human resource, right, sir? And you need to know
Okay.
something about your quality. So quality management. So, or you need to know something about the risk management. Risk management is very important, right? Because everywhere there's
Okay.
risk. So
Yes.
you can take a separate course on all these disciplines. So if you want to take the training on risk management, there is many trainings on risk management. There is many training on procurements. There is many training on purchase. These all the things are associated with the project management, right?
Okay.
Sir. Even you know very well, there is a tool for you to schedule your project activities. That will be a Primavera P6, or you can go with the MS project, right?
Yes. Yes.
So this all the training will update your skills, right? You will be adding the extra skills in your existing skills, right, Mr. Venkatesh, right?
Yes.
So this education will make you to obtain your training hours, which you spend on the training, each and every modules. That training model should be not less than 35 hours. Is it clear, Mr. Venkatesh?
Yeah. Clear.
For example, we will be giving you the training on P6 for 35 hours.
Okay.
We'll be giving the training for risk management for 35 hours. So you spend your training on the risk management. That means you never stop after the certification. You're going to continue your education on each and every aspects. You are keeping yourself as an updated professional in the market, right? Because market is so competitive market. So you will be more competent, right? Because the budding juniors are more competitive, right? So once you're going to manage your project, many people will be coming and working as your subordinates. So being a project manager, you need to answer their questions. You don't try to scratch your heads in a progress meeting or a status review meetings. So you need to be a master in all the areas. So there is you are continuing your educations, right, Mr. Venkatesh?
Okay. So apart from the certification, we need to choose what is our requirement to do the extra.
One of the thing what you said is correct, that you need to go for a re-exam after 3 years. That also you can do. But what is the gain? What is the benefit you're going to gain? Doing the same exams. If I'm asking you to repeat your engineering every year, every 3 years once, the same paper, the same semester paper you've done in past, so you are not getting bored. I'm asking you to repeat your 12th grade exams. I'm asking you to clear your matriculation exams every year, every 3 years once. So what is the use of doing the same exams? You'll be gaining the new certificate that you can keep for next 3 years. But you will not be a competent person, right? More the things you need to learn, right?
Yes.
Because once you're going to be once you're working as a project manager, once you know very well there is a technology which is going to be an updated technology. Once you're going to come out of the project, the technology which is an updated technology will be an obsolete technology. It will be an outdated technology, right? You need to move towards new technology, right or wrong, sir?
Correct.
So there are many things you need to learn. So the learning aspects will be coming under the education category. So just choose your modules. Which module will be very important module? For example, if you're going to work in the riskier project, like if you're going to work in the metro, any line like a green line, yellow line, or golden line or red line, you know very well that will be a very riskier project because most of the work you need to do in the substructure, right?
Yeah.
So you need to learn about the risk management. Risk management is a part of your project management, right?
Yes.
So the
Every
risk
project having some risk, na? So,
risk
some
management,
risk
the project management, maximum 5 to 6 hours, you're going to learn about the risk management. Being a project manager, my job is to oversee the complete project objectives, right? But who will be the person who will be helping from the risk domain? The risk managers, the risk consultants. So if you want to just have the extensive knowledge on the risk management and the hands-on, the tools and techniques which is used in the risk area, risk domain, you can go for the risk management module as a separate training, and you can obtain 35 hours as your training hours. Then you can report that one as your PDUs, right, Mr. Venkatesh?
Yes. Okay.
Everyone is able to understand, right? Mr. Vijay Babu, Mr. Kala, Nitin, Vinod, Arun Joy.
Here, Bala.
Right?
Yes, yes.
So
Yes.
you need to select your modules. So don't try to just go for only the PDU sake. You need to select your models. Which module is a apt module for me? So that will be helpful for my career prospects. So select. There are a lot of providers. There are a lot of training providers. Online providers are there. Virtual providers are there. Or you can buy some. Nano cards or podcast. You can cast into your device. You can use that MP as a MP4 players. So while you're going to drive while you are going for a long drive, or while you do your exercise, or you do a jogging, walking, you can just use that one as an MP4 player. But what happened? What all the training you're going to do? Try to take a training completion certificate from the provider. Don't try to forget to take. Don't try to forget to take the certificate. Try to take the completion certificate from the training provider where you gone with your training modules. But if our institute is giving more training modules. We are giving the risk management, we are giving the planning and scheduling, we are giving the scheduling professionals, we are giving the program management, we are giving the certified agile practices, we are giving the Scrum Master courses, we are giving the Primavera, we are giving the MS project. So you don't require to go outside to any institute to obtain these PDUs. But select your modules. We are giving the classes on condition of contract management, the procurements. So most of the PDUs courses is obtained from the BMTC. So you can take your training from the BMTC. For you to just obtain your PDUs. Our certification will be valid. Our certificate will be valid for you to obtain your training hours, for you to just score your PDUs. Is it clear, everyone?
So these are called as the PDU.
Yeah.
Right?
So first category will be the education category, Mr. Venkatesh. So the maximum allowance will be 35. Not more than 35 will be allowed for you to report as your PDUs. Is it clear?
Okay, clear.
The second will be coming as an experience, which will be having various kind of subcategories. One of the experiences that, so once you passed your examination today, from tomorrow, your work experience start. It will be starting from tomorrow. So 3 years of work experience, which you're going to do in future, from tomorrow onwards, will give you 8 PDUs. From tomorrow, your recertification cycle starts, your CCR cycle will start. So you can just use the 3 years and you can obtain 8 PDUs. You don't require to submit any kind of proof documents. You don't try to take any kind of letter from your employer. You can know which company you're working. You try to drop your designations and you try to give your period, 3 years period. So that 3 years, you will be getting 8 PDUs. Don't mind that you're going to have a switchover from one company to other company for the betterment. No, don't worry. So, but you need to have 3 years of experience. This 3 years of experience is compelling you to just practice your project management. So that practitioner makes you to get 8 PDUs for 3 years. Is it understood, guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Remaining will be coming from the volunteer work. See, I am going to get 10 PDUs for each and every completion of the classes with you guys. I'm going to spend 45 to 50 hours with you. BMTC is going to make a payment for me. And I'm going to get a letter from Mr. Mani that will make me to update 10 PDUs for the completion of one set batch. So after completing a batch, I can take a letter from the provider. I can just upload that letter to the PMI customer care. So the customer care will be giving me to take 10 PDUs. So what I'm doing, I'm taking one a small stone. I'm eating 2 fruits. The money which I spent on the PMP certification, I'm able to get that money by conducting the classes. So
That's it,
one
that's
batch will be giving me the money which I've invested. The money which I'm going to take from the next batches, that will be a return on my investments. So I'm able to gain, I'm able to earn money. I'm going to give the classes on my leisure hours. I'm not going to give the classes on the working hours. I'm able to give the classes on leisure hours. For that, I'm going to get the money from the provider, and I'm going to get 10 PDOs. So I'm able to safeguard my PMP certifications. So this will be counted under my experience. Is it clear or not, guys?
Yeah.
No, Bala. No, Bala. I'm a project management professional. I can do a best project management, but I'm not able to teach. I'm not having the teaching skills. So is there any other way for me to obtain the PDOs? Yeah, there is many ways for you to obtain the PDOs under the experience category. One important thing is that you have the expertise in bringing a book. Publicly, you want to publish that book. You are bringing up into a publication. You want to publicize that book. So that book will be based on the project management that has to come from your own words. Maybe it will be a 50 pages, maybe it will be 100 pages, but the complete contribution has to come from you. You can gain like a 20 to 25 pages for the book, which you brought into the market. Is it clear, guys? You have to send a copy of that book to the panel committee. So panel committee will be giving you the approval for you to obtain your PDOs. The maximum you can take for you to publish, for you to bring that book into a public. So that will be gaining you 20 to 25 PDOs maximum. No, I don't have time to bring a very big book. I don't have that much of time. I'm having constraint in my time. I can't spend too much. So 2-page article, a condensed article, a unique article on project management, any subject on project management. So that makes you to gain some 10 to 15 PDOs. If it is not published in the PMI magazines, you'll be getting some 8 to 10 PDOs. If it is published in the PMI magazines, the panel committee is giving the approval. Okay, it's a very good article. Why can't our user or viewers can get the benefit in going through this article? Why can't we publish? So they will be asking the permission to you. Can we take this one? Can we publish in the PMI magazines? So if they're going to take that one and consider that one to be published in their magazines, monthly magazines, you'll be gaining like a 13 to 15 PDOs. Is it clear or not, guys?
Bala, one quick question like this, the second category which you told about experience, let's say now I'm based in
It will
Dubai.
be having
but,
various
to-
subcategories in it. It will be having various subcategories.
Yeah, let's
You're
say.
working, your professional work, that will be gaining you 8 PDOs.
Mhm.
Your volunteer work will be gaining you 5 PDOs. Or you try to write an article that will make you to gain some PDOs, so 10 to 15 PDOs. Or you try to publicize a book. You're bringing into a publications and you're bringing into the market, and you're going to keep it into the bookstores. So that will make you to gain like a 20 to 25 PDOs. Is it clear, Nitin?
Right, it's clear, but personally it will be very tough for me to publish any book or article.
No,
What I
I'm
was
not
asking
saying.
you,
You
let's say.
you can give the classes, right? You can give the classes
No,
not only for.
to be very honest, even I am very poor in convincing. I find you very charming
Otherwise,
personality, but I'm not.
You can
Actually,
you can select in the education. Education is having many subjects.
yeah, that's what like I'm coming later. Probably
One subcategory will make you to the maximum allowance will be 35 videos. There are various subcategories under education. It can be a traditional classes, or it can be virtual classes, or you're purchasing a podcast or a nanocast from a provider. But as I said very clearly, you need to get the training completion certificate from the provider. Is it clear, Nitin? You need to keep everything as a proof. Only for the professional experience, which will be gaining you 8 PDOs, you don't require to have any proof. Is it clear?
Yeah, the training can be in a form of seminars or something.
Yeah,
Let's say it is
seminars,
outside any location, right?
Okay,
Any
you are
location,
a PMP certified, and now your company wants to get your expertise, and they want to coach your people. What all the benefit they're going to get from the PMP certifications? You are conducting a seminar, or you are conducting a summary classes with them, right? Or you're conducting any they're asking you to conduct the complete classes. So depending upon what you've done, as I said, at a TED speaker, you can take a letter from your company, or you are conducting a seminar, you can gain like 1 or 2 PDs for it, or you're conducting the entire classes for the people, you can gain a 10 PDs. That is something you're giving back to the professions, right?
Okay, clear.
So you can select 2 categories. Each and every category will be having its own subcategories. So one subcategory in the first category coming under education will not allow you to submit more than 35 PDs. I'm saying each and every subcategory you can choose, that will not allow you to obtain more than 35. Even you got 40, only 35 will be permitted. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear or not?
Clear for me, Bala.
Okay, everyone?
Sir, I have one question. So this one it means only from education we cannot. So anyhow we have to go for experience one also, right? Or,
Yeah, experience
under
also.
I know otherwise under the education subcategories itself, each subcategory I can take 35.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
is it like that?
See, if you are able to fulfill that education and choosing 2 or 3 subcategories, and that makes you to fulfill
Yeah.
the 60, no problem.
Okay, so in
The
that
target
case,
is
we will
60.
go for
The
it.
target is 60,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, yes. So we can take
See,
only from
Aravind,
education also.
Aravind,
Yeah.
Aravind, why you
Yes.
want to leave that 8 videos you're going to get for 3 years?
Yeah, that of course we can take.
This is not, you are not spending your money. You're going to spend your only the your work, your experience, right?
Yeah.
So why you want to leave that one? So try to gain the 52 from the education. Try to score 8 from your experience, because
Yeah.
the first category will ask you to spend your money, right? Your time.
Yes,
right?
yes.
The second category, which will be called as your experience, will not ask you to spend your money. It will be asking you to spend only your time, right?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Only your hard work will fulfill that 25 PDUs, which is coming under the experience categories. But your time, your money for you to obtain the PDUs, the 35 PDUs in each and every categories, you have to spend your money, you have to spend your time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so now my certification is valid from tomorrow, 6th July, until 5th July, 2026, right? What happens if I'm not able to fulfill that 60 PDUs within this time period? My certification will be valid. I'm going to get the certification. My origin date will be 6th July 2023. My expiry date, end date will be 5th July 2026. So I can use my certification within this period. I never done anything about CCRS. I doesn't know anything about CCRS. The CCRS is compelling me to obtain 60 PDUs in selecting either of 2 categories, either to choose an experience categories or to choose an education categories. I'm not fulfilling the 60 PDUs. I have only work experience. I can report 8 PDUs. So what happened to my certifications? My certification will be cancelled, or my certification will be going for a suspension. What is the status of my certification? It will be cancelled or it will be suspended. Suspended, not cancelled. Guys, take this information.
Already.
Take this information. Note that your certification will not be cancelled, because the PMI knows very well that the certification is very hard for you to crack. You spend your money, you spend your time, you spend your effort, sleepless night made you to earn the certification. They will not cancel the certification. They will be suspending your certifications. So your certification,
For 1 year.
the suspension will be for 1 year. The suspension will be for 1 year from the date the certification is getting expiry. From the expiry date, your certification will be suspended for 1 year, and this 1 year will be considered as a grace period. So try to obtain your PDUs 60, fulfill that 60, report that PDUs, and that suspension makes you to recertify, and you will be getting a new certification. Again, the new certification, the starting date will be, it will be from 6th July 2026 until 5th July 2029. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
I am able to fulfill that 60 PDUs in my suspension period, not first month, the second month, the third month. I am able to score that 60 on the 6th month in my suspension period. I'm going to report that 60. I'm going to do the renewal. don't try to expect that renewal date will be starting from the date you have submitted your PDOs and the day you're going to submit your payment for the renewal charges. It will take from the original completion date. The end date of your certification will be considered. So that date will be considered. So your certification will be valid from the 6th of July 2026 until 5th July 2029. Is it clear or not, guys?
Yes.
Any doubts you have? No doubts, right? Hello?
So even after 1 year, let's say we don't earn these PDUs or something, unfortunately, we are not able to
You
get
are
it.
not a
Then
professional, you are not a professional project manager. You're not able to safeguard your hard-earned certifications. Right? Because it's a universal rule for every PMP certified person. So if you are not able to utilize that 1 year suspension period, your certification will be going as a cancellation stages. It will be cancelled. Then you need
So
to
again-
start from the scratch.
okay.
Again, you have to put yourself in the training, you have to submit your application, you have to get your approval, you have to make your payment for the exams, you have to book your exam date, you have to book your exam locations, you have to go and you have to give your exams. By the time you know very well, the exam will be updated. And you need to know the updated things, what the updation has gone into the existing revision. Is it clear or not, Mr. Nathan?
It's clear.
So you
What are the charges associated with recertifying?
okay,
Like
recertification charges. Please note on the recertification charges. If you are maintaining the membership, you are a member, active member, the charges will be $60. If you are not a member, you being a non-member, you do the renewal, the charges will be $150. And again, I'm saying that you will not get any kind of hard copies. If you're going to pass your PMP, you will not get any kind of hard copies before COVID-19. They're going to send a courier or they're going to send the postal mail to the address which you provided in the PMI profile. They will be sending the hard copies. After this pandemic COVID, they stopped that, only the virtual copies. Within 24 to 48 hours, you're going to get a virtual copy in your PMI profile in your dashboard. And once you're going to renew that one, your old certificate will vanish and it will be giving you the new certificate. See, actually, what happened here, as I said for our example, you passed it today and your certification is valid from tomorrow, 2023, until 5th July, 2026. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Now, what happened here? In the first year, you are able to get 60. In the first year, you're able to get 60, right? So can I do the renewal round or I need to wait until 5th July?
Wait until July 5th.
No, you can do the renewal. The day you are able to get that 60, you are not reaching to the expiry date, but before that, over 2 years back, you are able to gain that 60. Your company is giving more training or you are giving for your self-improvement, you are going for a provider for job sake, you're switching over from one company to other company, that company is demanding you to have this kind of designations. So you're searching for a provider, you're putting yourself for the training, you're able to fulfill that 60 in the first year. So you can do the renewal. If you are a member, you can pay 60. If you don't have a member, you can pay 150 and you can do the renewal. Again, you can get your certificate. That particular certification, again, it will be valid from the period of 2026 to 2029.
Okay.
Is it clear or not, guys? So don't try to wait at the last moment. Even you can do the renewal at the first year, second year, third year. That's depending upon your convenience. So don't try to expect if I'm going to do the renewal with this year, I'm going to lose another 2 years. No. The recertification cycle will be starting after you've done your renewal from exactly when you are going to lose your certificate. That will be the expiry date. From the next day, that will be renewed and that will be kept for 3 years. So you're going to get the fresh certificate from 2026 to 2029. Is it clear or not, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to get a 60 in the first year. And I'm going to have 25 in the first year. So total I done 85 hours of my training, different training modules. I done my procurement, I done my purchasing classes, I done my FIDI condition of contract, I done my leadership skills. So total 85 I gained in the first year. So 60 will be reported. the excess 25, what I can do? Anyhow, the 60 will be taken for 2023 to 2026 to 2029, right?
It carry over to next cycle.
So this 25 excess, can I carry forward to 2029 to 2032?
No,
Can I carry forward?
I don't think so.
No. So no. So it's a correct answer.
No, yes.
But what happened? I'm going to score above 60 and the excess is 25 in the second year. Can I transfer this one to the 2029 to 2032?
No.
No. So the logic is applicable for second year also. What happened if I'm going to score excess above 60, I score 25 excess in the third year of my cycle?
No.
No. Please note down this information. The excess periods which you are able to obtain in the third year after fulfilling that 60, only 20 will be allowed for you to transmit for the next cycle. Only 20. If you're going to gain
year.
excess periods in the third year, only 20 will be allowed for you to transmit for the subsequent cycle. Is it clear or not, guys? Automatically it will be transferred. So once you are coming to 2029 to 2032, this period, you can go only with 40 periods. Already 20 is carry forward here. Is it clear, guys? Is it
Yeah,
clear or
clear.
not?
Yeah, clear.
Clear.
Okay, clear. Any questions on PDUs? Any questions on PDUs?
No, Bala.
No. Okay. So the training is broken into a predictive approach and it's broken into adaptive approach. So I'm going to just fit my heavyweight projects here, heavyweight projects. I'm going to fit my lightweight projects here, lightweight. All my IT projects, banking sectors, mobile telecommunications. So this project will be coming under the lightweight category, like civil engineering, mechanical engineering, oil and gas pipelines, right? And this kind of project will be placed under the like a row house, like a skyscrapers, high-rise towers, commercial building, convention centers. All this will be coming under the heavyweight. Always heavyweight will take an approach called predictive approach. Lightweight will go with an adaptive approach. Right? What is the name given for predictive approach? What is the life cycle?
Waterfall.
Waterfall method, right? So predictive approach is called as a waterfall method, or we're going to call this one as a serial method, right? Or we'll be calling this one as a plan-driven method, plan-driven. Your plan is going to drive your projects. So what all the things you're going to plan for this heavyweight project, predictive approach project will be upfront. Complete plans. The scope is fixed. The requirements are fixed. Resources are fixed. Budget is fixed. Time scale is fixed. Everything's fixed. You will not allow the changes, major changes. Minor changes only will be allowed. Predictive approach, plan-driven approach, you will be allowing only minor changes. You will not encourage any kind of changes, major design changes. Right? But the adaptive approach will not have a detailed plans. It will be having the summary level plans, summary level documents. They will not contribute more time in documenting more information because they know very well many factors will make the changes during the life cycle. So they are able to accept the changes. They are able to accommodate the changes. The changes can come when doing the product review, or it can come in between the projects. It can come from the internal, it can come from the external factors. Competition, the competitor will make a product, the same product, and he release that product into the market. And you don't want to release the same product because it's going to mean more cash. So once you're going to bring that particular product into the market, your product will be outdated product. So the customer will not have a chance to buy your product, right? So you're going to change that one. You're going to change the existing product. So many factors will make the changes during the life cycle of the projects. Major changes can be accepted. Major changes can happen within the life cycle of the projects in adaptive. Right? Here predictive, only the changes or minor changes you can accept. Only minor changes you're going to accept. Is it clear or not, guys? Is it clear? Now, how I'm going to do my adaptive projects? I'm going to break my adaptive project in various iterations. Please note on this. I'm going to break my adaptive project into different iterations. Everything what we're going to learn right now, it's going to be an exam focus and it's going to be a real-time experience. So if you're going to involve yourself as a project manager, you are breaking your project into multiple iterations. If I'm going to do a predictive project, a plan-driven approach, I'm going to break my project into different phases. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, structure phase, superstructure phase, elevation phase, substructure phase. So I'm going to break the project into multiple phases. But in the case of adaptive projects, so which ask me to explore more things. More things can be explored. I have to go with a test and trials. So this makes me to just break the project into multiple iterations. My heavyweight project, which is a predictive approach project, is breaking me to break the project into multiple phase. It's a phase approach and here an iteration approach. Any doubts? Any doubts? Any doubts? I'm connected with you,
No.
Mr. Vijay Babu.
Yes, yes.
Okay, Mr. Venkatesh, Nitin.
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. So in the predictive projects, I'm not able to do any kind of explorations. I will be using only the proven techniques. But in the case of the adaptive projects, I need to do a lot of experiments. I'm going to break the project into multiple iterations. Here, I'm going to break the project into multiple phases. Right? So how many life cycle you can see under the adaptive? We have only one life cycle will be coming under the predictive, and there are 4 different life cycle under the adaptive. So anyone can remind me what will be the 4 life cycle?
Adaptive, incremental, agile, hybrid.
Okay, it's an iterative life cycle, incremental life cycle,
Agile
agile. What is the other name given for agile? Change driven.
is change driven.
Yeah. Okay, fusing the agile approach or the adaptive approach with the predictive approach will be giving you the 4th life cycle.
Hybrid.
Hybrid. You're breaking the project into multiple iterations or multiple phases within the same project. Where all the things where you are able to do a lot of exploration, you will be taking agile approach, and where all the things you are not able to explore, you will be going with the phase approach. So fusing this one will give the hybrid approach. All your future project will be based on the hybrid approach. Like the cellular phone, what you are having right now, it's a hybrid cellular phone. The car which you're going to run right now, it's in a hybrid car. The iTab, which you're going to use right now, it's in a hybrid iTab. So what all the things you're going to use as electronic devices and automobile will be in hybrid in nature. So the project also in future will be hybrid. So all the IT related work will be coming as an hybrid. All the IT related work will be considered as an agile, and all the heavyweight approach will be makes you to just go with the detailed plans. So the project is having a mixed of agile approach and the mixed of predictive approach. So fusing this together will be in hybrid. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear? Ms. Kala is clear. Mr. Pavan, Mr. Rajendra is clear.
Yes, Bala.
Okay. Now,
Yes.
now
Yeah, clear.
we
Mr.
have
Bala,
to-
can you give example for each iteration?
what iterations?
You different types of
Venkatesh, Mr.
yeah.
Venkatesh Nagendran.
yes.
You want to run a business like a hotel
Okay.
business, or you
Hmm.
want to run supermarkets.
Okay.
So you want to just hoist a website. So you're going to search for the provider, right? Service
Yeah.
provider. So you're going to give the complete requirements. You're going to give the complete scope, how the website should be there. What are the things you're going to expect to bring into the website, right?
Right, correct.
Okay. Now the service provider is going to take all your specifications and all your requirements. Is going to develop the website to you. So once he's going to take the complete requirements, he's going to build the website. Immediately, he's going to hoist your website into the server without getting your feedback.
Yeah, it will goes into the testing phase.
Okay, so it is going into the testing phase, right? So you have to give your comments. Once you're going to do the product review or demo, you have to give your comments. Change this, change that, right? So something is going to expose my personal information. So try to delete that one. You doesn't want this particular thing, or you are not able to refresh this page within this particular time. You're not able to enter into your website because it's giving you the wrong password. You're not able to get your access, right?
Yes.
So what they're going to do, they will not build the website, they will do the iterations. Right?
Yeah.
So they will not hoist the website in the server immediately after getting the specifications. They need to understand what they have to bring into what features they need to bring into the website, right?
Okay.
Right. For example, you want to compete with Amazon, and you want to come with an e-commerce. You want to sell all your product through your e-commerce website, right? You want to get
Yes.
your orders, and the customer has to make the payment, and you need to do the delivery through the cargoes, through the couriers. Like you will be using many companies for you to dispatch that one to the customers. So you want to run an e-commerce website. You want to compete with Amazon, right?
Yes.
So what kind of approach you are able to use in your website development? You'll be going with the predictive approach.
Yeah, this
Predictive
adaptive.
approach will not make you to do major changes,
Yeah.
because you can see that e-commerce website like Amazon and all, they are able to procure, they are able to mint more money because they are doing a lot of modifications, right?
Based on the
Yeah.
customer requirements.
Yeah, they need to just go meet the customer requirements, right?
Yes.
So they are bringing more updations during the website functions, right? If you want to
Okay.
keep that one as a predictive approach, you want to do the change, you will not accept the changes. So 12 months you'll be staying idle, right? You are able to get your website at the 12th month, right?
Yes.
So what you do, you're going to pick up the requirements from the Amazon, and you're going to give us a specification to the service provider who's going to develop the website to you, right?
Okay.
Since you're going
So
to
keep on updating the system means it is a iteration method.
Yeah, iteration will say, you know very well, they will be giving you the message in your mobile phone that our server, we are doing some work. So just you don't try to do any kind of transactions in banking and all, right? What is that?
Yes.
They are doing upgradations, right?
Yes. Yes. Correct.
They want to facilitate to the customers. They keep on iterating the things, right?
Yes.
Is it clear or not, guys? So if you
Yeah.
go-
Now it's clear.
So make sure that in future, all your projects will be having the iterative nature, incremental in nature. It will be a predictive also nature. Fusing all this one will be in hybrid in nature. Is it clear? Example, you can see that in aeroplanes, you can't go only with a predictive approach. You have to go with the adaptive approach also. You can't use the complete aeroplane with the adaptive approach. Right or not? Because the aeroplane has to go for multiple tests. It has to pass more than 100,000 tests. Right or not, guys?
Yes. Yes.
So the adaptive approach will not work out for you to build a new aircraft. You need to make sure that you need to use the mixed approach. So you need to select your life cycles. So you're going to, if you're going to use the predicted life cycle, you'll be doing the predicted life cycle through your phases. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, right? Right or not?
Yes.
Breaking the aircraft into a different thing, right? Like you can go with the cockpit, you can go with the fuselage, you can go with the tail portions. Right or wrong, guys? So, right or not? So the predictive life cycle makes you to just break the project into multiple phases, and your adaptive life cycle makes you to break the project into multiple iterations. Is it clear, guys? Everyone?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, everyone is clear, right? Now coming to the phase. Why we need to break the project into multiple phases? What is the benefit in breaking? What is the benefit you're going to get in breaking the project into multiple phases?
Easy to handle.
What, Miss Kala?
Easy to handle.
Okay, it's easy to handle, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then
Easy to track and
okay,
monitor the progress.
so we can use this one ease management, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Based
Can
on
take corrective steps.
okay, based on your finance, right? Based on your finance availability only, you're going to break the project into multiple phases, right?
Yes.
You can
Yeah.
do your project as a single phase project, or you're going to break the project into multi-phased project, right or wrong, sir? Right.
Phase.
Right. Now what happened here? You are breaking the project into multiple phases. For example, phase 1, sorry, phase A, phase B, and phase C. Right? Right. So you are able to give the relationship between two phases, right? Right or
Yes.
not? So what kind of relationship you are able to provide between the phase? This relationship is called a sequential relationship, right or wrong?
Yeah.
So that means the sequential relationship makes you to select a finish to start approach. you are not able to start your phase B until you're going to finish the phase A, right?
Yeah.
Right or not? So now what happened here, whether to go from phase A to phase B, or whether to retain in the phase A, or whether to stop with the phase A alone, don't try to go to B. So you are able to get the go or no go decisions, right? Right or wrong?
Right, Bala.
Right,
Yes.
please. Others also, Mr. Vijay Babu, Nitin, Pavan, everyone is in the sleeping mode or what? Come.
Yeah, with you, sir.
Okay, with me. So you are able to get the go or no go decision once you are coming at the end of a particular phase. Please note on. So so this kind of a strategic decision you are able to make to go to the next phase, or to retain in the same phase, or to do the real work in the same phase, or don't go for the next phase. So all this decision in the project management is called as, please note on, it's called as a phase review. Some industry will call this one as a milestone review. Milestone review. Some industry will call this strategic decision to go for next phase or to retain in the same phase is called as stage gates. Stage gate. Stage gate. Or some industry will be calling the terminology, they're going to use the terminology called a phase exit. Some industry, they're going to call this one as a kill point, kill points. Right? Some industry, they're going to call this one as toll gate. Right? Right or wrong, sir? Right? Most of the heavyweight projects, they're going to consider this thing to go to the next phase or to retain in the same phase. They're going to call this one as a governance gate. It's having a lot of name, right? In the lightweight projects, which is going to use the adaptive methods, they're going to call this one as a quality gate. So don't get confused. It is having various terms: toll gate, a phase exit, a stage gate, a kill points, a phase review, a milestone review, governance gate, quality gate are the same thing. You're breaking your project into multiple phase or multiple iteration. That will be the next phase or the next iteration. Whether to go with the next iteration or to stay with the same iteration to go to the next phase, or to retain the same phase to do the rework, or we doesn't want to go for the next phase or next iteration. So this kind of decision you're going to be able to take, and the term which is used in varied industry will be called as a toll gate, phase gate, stage gate, kill points, phase review, milestone review, governance gate, and quality gate. And the newcomers, sorry, I already conversed with the people in the last class in the introduction session that my voice will be very louder. Don't try to take in the wrong sense, because I know very well 7 o'clock, it's a very tiring time for you guys. You are coming from the work. Some people are attending from Dubai. Some people are attending from Abu Dhabi. So it's 8 o'clock there. So I know very well it's going to be a very crucial time for you to attend this kind of classes. And that too, it's not a physical class. We are connected with the virtual networks. So I want to raise my voice for everyone to get actively engaged. Is it clear, guys? So don't try
Yeah,
to
we
take
understand.
the wrong sense, please.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the relationship which you're going to be able to relate with each and every phase. Either you can give the sequential relationship, it can take like a finish to start, or you can do your phase parallelly. So that means you can do a start to start, or you can do in overlap. Phase A, you started, and you are supposed to start B after completing the phase A, but the client is asking you to start the phase B after 1 month. So you're able to overlap. So
Bala, sorry to interrupt. Can you please make the background screen as white, because that in the background is PPT screen, we could say. Is
Okay.
possible for you?
yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Now? Now?
Yeah, this is better. Yeah.
Okay, now. So you are able to do your phase in sequence, right?
Okay. Okay.
Or this will take the relationship like finish to start. You can't start the phase B until you are done with phase A. Or you can do what? You can start both a phase the same time, right? So this will take the relationships parallel. So it will be start to start. You are able to start both the phase in the same time, or you are able to start phase A, and originally you just asked the phase B to work to start to commence the work after completing the phase A. But right now the client is giving the message that start phase B, don't try to wait for the approval. So you're able to start the phase B, you're able to overlap it. So it becomes what? You want to finish both the phase in the same time. So finish to finish. Is it clear or not, guys? Is it clear?
Yes, Bal.
Okay. Now what happened here? You don't have any problem once you're going to run your phase into sequential. If you're going to give the relationship as a sequential relationship, you're not able to get any problem. You're not able to get any kind of risk. But once you try to overlap or try to do parallelly your phase A and phase B should be started on the same day. Phase A and phase B should be overlapped. So it is going to change the finish to start into start to finish to finish. So this kind of relationship always it will be riskier. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear?
Yes, Bala.
Yes, yes.
But you mean to say that we have to plan our task?
Not
We have
task.
to avoid we have to avoid the relationship of
No,
start to
not
start.
only Ms. Kala, not only the task is going to give the relationship.
Yeah, relationship.
Even for the phase and iteration, you're going to give the relationships, right?
Yeah.
Either the phase can be having the relationship finish to start, or it can go with the start to start. You're simultaneously you're starting two phases parallelly. So that takes the relationship start to start. And you try to overlap your phase or iteration, that will be taking the relationship finish to finish, right?
Correct. Correct.
Right.
So you were telling that risk will be more here, right?
Risk
Start
will
to
be
start and
more
finish.
once you're doing it parallelly or overlapping.
Correct, but we
Whether it's
cannot
an
avoid that one, right?
Whether it's
We
an
cannot
active,
avoid
whether
it.
it's an activity or whether it's going to be a phase or iteration, if you're going to overlap
Yeah.
it, if you're going to do parallel, the risk will be more.
Yeah, definitely it will be.
Now, what
We
happened
cannot
here,
avoid it. Yeah.
this only the scheduling professional, they're going to call this kind of technique. Once they're going to give the relationship for the phase as well as for the activities, they're going to call this technique as, please note, schedule compression technique.
Yeah.
Schedule compression technique. So what we done, originally it was a start to finish, right? Now we're going to change the logical relationships between two phases. Instead of running start to finish to start, it will be finish to finish or it will be start to start. So we are trying to overlap or we try to do parallelly. We are able to compress the schedule.
Yeah.
We are not doing any kind of bargaining to reduce the scope of the work. We will be doing the same scope of the work, but we try to compress our schedule. So this kind of schedule compression technique is called as fast tracking. Everything is in your syllabus.
Yeah.
So you know very well that Nitin, how long you're working in Qatar in the UAE market? Nitin,
Yeah, here all metro project is a fast track project.
okay. Venkatesh, you are attending from Dubai?
No, I am in Qatar. I am working in Karama projects.
Okay. Mr. Nitin, you're there in the UAE, right? You know
Yeah, I'm there in UAE since 13 years. Yeah.
Okay, 13 years. You know the Burj Khalifa?
Yeah.
It was Burj Dubai, and under the Dubai Prime Minister has sold that one to the Abu Dhabi.
Abu
So
Dhabi.
it becomes
Okay,
Burj
with-
Khalifa, right? The complete 5 years schedule for Burj Khalifa was fast track. So always, once you try to compress your schedule and you're going to use the fast track by overlapping your phase or overlapping your activities, or you're going to do parallelly, you're going to do the activities, or you're going to overlap your activities, that leads to something called fast track. Always a fast track will increase the risk. Right? Because what happened, many times you need to do a rework. So rework will be more riskier. Is it clear or not, guys?
Clear, Bala.
Clear,
Right.
clear. Yeah.
Now, what happened here? There's one more technique is available for the planners, because for you to get the realistic schedule, for you to get the viable schedule, right? So you can apply fast track, or you can do something called crashing. Because this question they will be asking not only in the PMP exams, they'll be asking the questions on the UPD also. Urban Planning Development Authority exam, MMUP exam also will be asking the questions on fast track and crashing. So the crashing will increase. It's one of the schedule compression technique that will be increasing your cost, and fast track will be increasing your risk. Very easy for you to remember. The crashing also will be starting from the word C, and cost also will be starting from the word C. So crashing will increase the cost, and fast track will increase the risk. Right? So what do you mean by crashing? Fast track, we know very well that we don't have money in the wallet, or the organization is going to be a cost-tight organization. They're not providing extra money. They're asking us to use the same resources. They're not asking us to procure more resources, but we need to complete our work because we lost the time. The client is not giving the extension of time. And they said very clearly we have to deliver on the deadline. So we are able to regain the lost time by fast tracking. Since we don't have the money in the wallet, we are trying to change the sequential. So we are changing the relationship into a parallel and overlap from the sequential relationships. That will end into the fast track. Right or wrong, sir? Right?
Correct, Bala. Yeah.
Now, crashing. Now, which activity, if you're going to employ crashing as an important technique for you to compress your schedule. Again, I'm saying that if you're going to employ crashing as your technique, schedule compression technique, you're not compromising, you're sitting with the client to remove the scope or omitting the, you're not asking the client to omit the scope. You'll do the same scope of the work with additional resources. Right? Now, what happened here? We have two kinds of activities. One activity will be sitting in the critical path. The other activities will be sitting in the non-critical path. Now, which activities are going to crash? Critical path activities should be crashed, or non-critical path activity will be crashed?
Critical.
Critical path activities, right?
Yeah.
The critical path activities. So why the path is so critical? Why the path is critical? And what do you mean by
It will
critical
take
path?
more time. It will take more time. That's why we are getting to crashing.
Okay. So the critical path, please note down the definition for a critical path is the longest path. It's a longest path and it's a shortest possible duration for you to complete your work. What happens if you're going to complete all the activities in the critical path? What happens? What happens if you're going to complete all your activities in the critical path? Mr. Pavan, Mr. Rajendra,
Project will complete.
Huh?
All the activity completed in the critical path, right? You're asking?
If you're going to complete all your activities sitting in the critical path, what happens to your project?
Project will complete.
Your project will be completed.
On time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Completed, right? Because your supervisor, your boss will not worry about the non-critical path because he knows very well the non-critical path will come parallel with the critical path. So he'll be asking how fast we can complete the work. That means he's going to pinpoint only the activities in the critical path, right? If you're going to delay the critical path activities, that will be delaying the project completions, right or wrong?
Right.
Right? So the critical path activities should be considered for you to crash. For example, you lost 3 months. You lost 3 months. So now the planner is coming to you. You are a project manager. You have a discussion. The client is not giving you the EOT. Extension of time is not given. The fault is your side. So you want to regain the lost time. So if you're going to crash activity A, the crashing cost will be $10,000. If you're going to crash activity B, the crashing cost will be $12,000. If you're going to crash activity C, the crashing cost will be $16,000. So now which activity are you going to consider?
Crash A.
Awesome. C.
C will be crashed, right?
Yes, C.
C. Guys, if you are a owner of a company, you're going to spend 16,000 or you'll be spending only 10,000.
Only 10,000.
The concept is what? 3 months we need to regain. So if you're going to crash, either one activity should be crashed. You're going to spend for one activity. So you'll be spending for A or you'll be spending for B or C. A, right?
10,000.
10,000. Please
Yeah.
note, the crashing cost also will be very significant. You need to consider the least incremental cost. Once you are selecting the crashing as your schedule compression technique, least incremental cost should be selected. Right? Now, what happened here? You are not omitting this activity, but what happened? In spite of one shift, you are making this particular activity will be having 3 shifts. So all the 24 hours, you can see this someone is going to work for this activity. You brought a 10 unit of resources right now. For the crashing cost makes you to bring additional 20 unit of resources. So you're making that 30 unit of resources working all the day for this activity, activity A, 30 unit of resources, 8 hours, 10 unit of resources, and another 8 hours, other 10 unit of resources, and last 8 hours, another 10 unit of resources. Is it clear or not, guys? Is it clear?
Can you explain again, Bala?
What to explain within? See, activity.
The last point which you said, yeah.
Yeah, see, actually, you lost 3 months, right? You are sending the change order to the client to give the extension of time approval. The client is rejecting that. The client is rejecting that because the objective for the client is that you can spend more money, you can compromise even for the quality, but they are saying that there should be a timely delivery. Right, Nitin?
I'm with you, yes.
Okay, now what happened here? The concept is that you need to crash one activity that will regain the lost 3 months. So 3 activities is going to come for your consideration. Planners are coming to the discussion. They are coming, okay, sir, activity A, if you're going to crash, it will regain the 3 months. Activity B also will regain the 3 months. Activity C also will be regaining the 3 months. The project manager, being a project manager, I need to know about cost because my primary objective is that I need to complete my project within the budget. So the crashing cost is 10,000 if you're going to crash activity A. Right? 10,000 you will be spending for the additional resources, right?
Yeah.
So this activity you are going to work only for 8 hours.
Mhm.
This activity you are able to work only for 8 hours. You're able to see the new screen.
Yeah, we can see the presentation.
So now,
Yeah.
Now you are able to see that, right?
Yeah, the whiteboard.
Okay. So now the crashing cost, the money which you're going to spend for you to regain the lost time in activity A is 10,000. The money which you'll be spending for activity B is 12,000. C is 16,000. Now which activity will be selecting? Being a responsible project manager, activity A, right? Because this makes you to spend only 10,000. If you're going to select B, you'll be spending 2,000 extra. If you're going to spend for C, you'll be spending 6,000 extra.
6,000.
So least incremental cost activity will be selected for crashing, right?
Yeah, understood.
So
Yeah.
always crashing will increase your cost. You should have more money in your wallet, but fast track will change the sequence of your activities, or it will be changing the relationship between the task or relationship between the phase. Is it clear or not, guys? Everyone?
Yeah,
Clear,
yes.
Bala.
Okay. It's clear.
Bala, in fast track, you said that it will increase the risk and it can also cause risk or rework,
Cost,
right?
of course, it will be increasing the cost also, but what will,
Exactly.
what will be more apparent? For example, the client will ask you to wait for the preliminary design approval, right? So they will be working out with the design. The design team is going to work after getting the approval from the client. So the building phase will be started. You need to start the building phase, right? Suddenly someone is coming you and they're asking you to start the back-end work. Don't try to wait. I think that the important person who's going to approve the design, he will come after 1 month. So don't try to delay. You start your work. Back-end team, ask your back-end team to start the work. So what they're going to do? So they will be changing the sequence. So they'll be overlapping, right? Right or wrong?
Okay. Yeah.
So they will start the work and suddenly an important person came from the emergency and you will raise the question, who asked you to start the B? We are changing the complete design. Who is asking you to start the phase B? We said very clearly in the contract that the contract terms is what? You should not start the building phase until we're going to give the final approval for the design. Who asked you to start? So you need to do the rework, right? So which will be more apparent. Risk is more here, right?
Yes.
You are not spending more money. You're not bringing any resources. You will be using the same resources. But what happened? You're able to advance this phase. You're trying to accelerate this phase, right?
Yeah.
Right. So always a fast track is one of the important schedule compression technique that will increase the risk. If you're going to employ the scheduling technique as a crashing technique, then crashing will increase the cost. Right? And be very clear that crashing, you need to do only the critical activities. It is immaterial. It's illogic if you're going to consider for the non-critical activities, because non-critical activities will not delay your projects. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear?
Clear, but how to choose this technique, Bala?
Your planners will give you the guidelines, ma'am.
Okay, in the saying that the IT field, we don't have any planners, right? So project manager has to take a call.
No, I'm
not
saying
like,
that this is a phase approach, right?
yeah,
This is a phase approach. This is for the predictive life cycle,
yeah, correct.
right? This is for the phase life
Yeah.
cycle, because the main thing you will be seeing that one. Once you try to estimate your duration, you'll be seeing there's a various kind of technique will be followed there.
Okay.
Okay. So everything is clear, right, guys?
So one last example could help us to understand these two things, Bala.
Yeah.
So when we can choose fast track technique and when we can choose this other technique.
See,
Crashing.
if your network diagram is having more than one critical path, a project manager should decide that its network diagram should not have more than one critical path. If it is having more than one critical path, you need to make sure that with path, you need to load a lot of resources, right? To make that path as a non-critical, or we are able to change the sequence of the activities. Is it clear or not, guys? Always this you need to take that one into consideration, that you need to retain only one non-critical path in your network diagrams. Make sure that your project should have only one critical path, because if it is having multiple critical paths, the project is more riskier. You are not able to manage many things. Is it clear or not, guys?
Yep.
Is it clear? Mr. Vijay Babu, you are asking that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So we'll move to the next thing. How do you know if you need to improve your knowledge? If you have experienced many of the following problems on your projects, many of the people connected here will be having the cost and schedule overruns, unrealistic schedule, changing the scope of your work and schedules. The first three is common, right? Right or wrong?
Yes. Yeah.
The first three is common, right? Why this is happening here? What makes the project to run over the cost? Because I can give a lot of examples.
Resource rotation.
Airbus 380 is one of the important examples. I can give many case studies on this. It's having a lot of budget overruns, right? The project was originally estimated $6 billion US, Singapore Airlines, right? The quotation is given for $6 billion, but once the project is completed, it's having a schedule overrun also. But once the project is completed, they are able to invoice the project, same $6 billion project, as $32 billion. Of course, right now, Airbus 380 for Singapore Airlines is giving a lot of business, but during the project, can we call this one as a successful project?
No.
Huh? How many times is able to run this over the budget? 6 billion was the quotation is given. It got the approval. Once the project is completed, they are able to raise the invoice $32 billion. Many projects like a Panama Canal, Suez Canal, many projects are there. Sydney Opera House. Cost overruns and schedule overruns is more common. Unrealistic schedule also is more common, right? Changing the scope of the work and schedules. Why it is happening? If it is not happening, you are not connected here in the project management classes, right? Okay. Rajendra Benikis is asking me to use the black color in spite of using red color. Okay, take it. Why this three things are happen? It's okay, Mr. Rajendra, sir. Please note down.
Yes, sir.
Please note down. Please note down. There is something called scope creep. Scope creep. Scope creep is a major reason for you to have all the three things. So what do you mean by scope creep? What do you mean by a scope creep?
Maybe additional scope is creeping in during
Yes.
the execution of the project.
Please note in the notepad, it's an unapproved or unmanageable or uncontrollable scope is added. Unmanageable, unapproved or unmanageable scope is added in the existing scope. That will lead to something called a scope creep. Scope creep. So it can be called as a requirement creep. It can be called as a requirement creep. Or it can be called as a kitchen sink syndrome. Kitchen sink syndrome. Miss, what's her name? Kala.
Kala. Yes, Bala.
If you're not washing your kitchen for multiple months, many months, what happened to your kitchen? The flow of water will be clear.
No.
It will take the water to the outlet clearly. No, right?
It will block, yeah.
So the scope creep is a major reason. Many mega scale projects. Many mega scale projects. How am I able to scale up this project as a mega scale? What makes me to call this one as a mega scale projects? On what basis?
Cost and
Resources, time scale.
Money.
Please note down, as per the Merriam-Webster dictionary or the project management body of knowledge, any project, the budget is more than $1 billion US, which is going to run for multiple years, which is going to use many resources. So this project will be coming under the category called a mega scale projects. So mega scale project is a major victim of the scope creep. Or we can call this one as a requirement creep. In the IT, they're going to call this one as a feature creep. Feature creep. Or in the common man term, we can call this one as a kitchen sink syndrome. Right? Don't try to confuse the scope creep. Don't try to confuse the scope creep.
Bala, we
Hello,
couldn't
Bala.
hear you.
Yeah. One minute. One minute. Check this. So I'll be able to open something. Okay. Now, don't try to confuse yourself with something called padding. Or we can call this one as a gold plating. Padding or gold plating, it's a very bad project management practice. Project management body of knowledge is asking you to avoid the padding or gold plating. What do you mean by padding or gold plating? Anyone?
Trying to do additional work to the customer, even if he's not it is not in the scope, or if he's not asking also to get a name.
Please, please. The same thing is that what she has said is 100% correct. Giving extra to the customers. Right? Giving extra to the customers is called as a padding or gold plating. Don't try to do this. Don't try to polish the things. So according to the project management body of knowledge, a padding or gold plating is something giving extra to the customers. You need to make sure that you need to fulfill the customer requirements, nothing less and nothing more. Exactly what the customer is asking you to deliver, you need to deliver the same thing. Don't try to do anything excess. So once you're trying to do excess, it's called as a padding or gold plating. Scope creep is something you're not able to avoid that scope. It's an unapproved scope. Is it clear? And the main reason is that even your poor estimations even your poor estimations also will lead to cost and schedule overruns. It will lead to unrealistic schedules. Right or wrong, sir?
True. Yeah.
True. Right? True. Right. So your poor estimation also will make you to just know about not able to get that screen. What is the option here? I was using that option. Nitin,
Yes, sir.
that you are asking me to use that white things, right? That
Whiteboard. Yeah.
I'm not able to use that one.
No problem, sir. Fine.
Okay. 1 minute. What happened? Okay. Poor estimation also will be one of the important factor for you to get the schedule and cost overruns. Right? Poor estimations. So what kind of estimations you have to do in the project? See, actually, this is the examination. It's not asking you to focus on the process, even though the domain area will be having its own set of process. Like the previous edition, the previous pattern of the examination, we will not go through the process where you need to buy out what tools and techniques should be used for each and every process, what kind of input you will be using, and what will be the output you're going to get. It's not like this, because before 2021, old exam pattern is heavy process oriented. Right now, after this COVID-19 pandemic, exam is going to focus mostly on the task oriented. You need to have only the basic and fundamental knowledge about the process, because the process which is coming in each and every domain area will be the common process for both the approach. But one approach will make you to just come with the summary information. So the other thing will be asking you to come with the elaborated informations. Okay. So poor estimations. What are you going to do the estimations? For what are you going to do the estimations? What estimation you will be doing for your projects, guys?
If it is a higher level, it is analogous.
No. I'm asking you, what kind of estimation you'll be doing?
Estimation of
budget,
resources.
Resource,
which
man,
is like-
material.
Yes.
Exactly. Man, material,
Yes.
man, machine.
Yes.
What?
Okay. So you'll be doing three kind of estimations, right? You'll be doing the estimation for your durations, right?
Yes.
You'll be doing the estimation for your cost, line item cost, right? And you'll be doing the estimation for the resources. Right or wrong, sir? Right?
Right, Bala.
Okay. So you'll do the duration estimation, you'll do the cost estimation, you'll do the resource estimations. You are able to quantify how much time units need for you to complete each and every task, and how much you're going to spend for each and every time, each and every task, and how many resources used for you to complete each and every task. So you are able to quantify it by the estimations. So what estimation you will start first? All these three estimation will do parallelly, but what estimation you have to start first? You'll do the duration estimation first, or you'll do the cost estimation first, or you do the resource estimation first.
Cost estimation.
The cost estimation, right?
Yeah.
So cost estimation should be done first, right?
Yes.
Okay. So any other answer other than this? Any other answer? Actually, I take an apology. I'm not able to open that wide screen. So next class, I'm trying to do that one. Please try to cooperate.
Bala,
Yeah.
basically we used to calculate the duration, then based on that we will arrive the cost, then we will allocate the then we'll place the resources and we'll do the calculation of cost.
Yeah, see, Venkatesh, you said that it's the cost you will be doing the estimation, but Ms. Kala is coming with duration estimations. Until we are able to know about the time units, we are not able to do the line item cost. We are not able to quantify our resources. Resources, make sure that you need to quantify your physical resource and human resource.
Human resource.
You are not able to, not even the physical resources. You need to know about your transports. You need to know about your bobcats. You need to know about your process equipments, larger equipments. You need to know about your train, tower cranes. You need to know about your, many things are there, right? Even the facilities, the meeting hall will be your resources.
Yeah, correct.
Utilities, your infrastructure will be your resources. So what estimation you do? One is saying that cost, the other one is saying the duration. What you say, Arman?
The three.
All the three, right?
It's interdependent, right?
It's an interdependent.
Sir, it is resources.
Resources. See, Vinod is coming resources. So we justify the Vinod.
So first we will identify the required resources, then the duration, then we will get the cost. This is what I.
Okay. But your sponsor will not say that within 2 more years you need to complete this project. Or if you're going to run the project for the government will not give you the advertisement that you need to complete the project within the fixed budget. They will not ask you. Okay. Okay. Since Mr. Vinod was saying that, right? You need to do the resource estimation first, right?
That I think so.
Okay.
Yes, I think so. It is resource required.
You married or bachelor?
Sorry.
You married or you're a bachelor?
Yes, married.
Married, eh? Okay. Don't take this one so personal. This is for us to understand. Please, don't try to take it. Okay. You have a kid, Vinod?
Yes.
Okay. How many years old?
11.
11,
Yes.
Okay. Okay. There is a task I'm going to give you, right? Before I'm doing the estimation, I need to know the task, right?
Yes.
So the task is that we need to dug 40 into 40 into 40 meters hole for us to do the pile foundations.
What is this 40 into 40?
40 into 40 into 40 meter into 40 meter into 40 meter dimensions. You have to dig a hole.
Okay.
Okay. Right. For us to do the pile foundations, right? No.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you boy or a girl? You have a boy or girl, 11 years?
A girl.
Girl. Okay. Your girl is assigned to do this task, right?
Yes.
So, literally, you can see this. This is one of the factors that we are doing something called a child abolition, something we are doing, right? Against the Child Act. We should not do that. For us to understand, if I'm going to assign your child, 11-year girl, to do this particular task, she is coming as a human resource. And I'm going to give the shovel as a physical resource, right? 2 resources are assigned. So please give me the answer, how long she will be able to complete the task. First of all, we need to consider, once you're going to assign the resources, you need to consider various factors. Please note down. The first factor is that you need to know the availability of the resources, whether that resource is available or it's deployed to other projects, right?
Yes.
The second, we need to know about the productivity of the resources, right? How productive is the resource. The third, whether this particular resource is having the skill in doing this kind of work, right?
Yes.
And we have to consider the fourth factor will be a very important factor is experience. Whether the resource is having the past experience in doing this kind of task, right or wrong, guys. These are the 4 important factors you need to consider once you're assigning the resources for a particular task. The task is 40 into 40 into 40 meter hole she has to dug. So I'm going to assign Mr. Vinod, the doctor, as a human resource, which is against the Child Act. We should not do that. And a shovel is given to her. So now, as a father, you have to say how long your child will take to complete the task. First of all, she should know. She should have a skills in lifting that shovel, right?
Yes, it's not possible to do
It's not
that.
possible. Okay. Rule out. If I'm going to bring the Vinod in spite of the 11-year girl, how long Mr. Vinod will be able to complete the work?
May not be able to.
It's faster.
Maybe it will take 1 month for you to complete, right? Slowly.
Maybe.
Huh?
We cannot.
Okay.
No, we cannot calculate it.
Okay. If I'm going to bring in an excavation machine,
It can be within maybe 1-2 days. It can.
Okay, so a single scoop, right? It has to position itself and it has to mark and where it has to take that one mud from the bucket, right? So all this
Yes,
will be,
yes.
the preliminary work should be done, and once everything is targeted, it will be taking in a single scoop, right or wrong? So
Yes, yes, yes,
literally, if you're going to practice the proper project management, make sure that you need to estimate the resources first.
Yes.
You need to know what kind of resources used. So your answer is correct, Mr. Vinod. I was asking you to justify, but you're not able to justify it. No worries. Now, Ms. Kala, you're able to understand? Then only you are able to know about how long that resource will complete the task which is assigned to them. So you're able to calculate the duration, right? Then you are able to do the budget estimation, how much we're going to spend for each and every task completion, right or wrong, Ms. Kala?
Right, Bala.
Okay, according to the, you can do your own method, but according to the project management, it's asking you to follow some standards. It's asking you to follow some industry best practice. So you need to do the resource estimation first. You need to know the number of resources need for you to complete each and every task. Before you are able to do the resource estimation, you are able to define the task. What task has to be done? And who's going to do the task? Whether the physical resource or human resource. How many unit of physical resource, how many unit of human resources needed? Then you are able to calculate the duration, how long it will take for you to complete each and every task by assigned resources. Then you are able to calculate your line item cost, how much we're going to spend for each and every task completions. So make sure that your estimation should not give any kind of flawed numbers. Your estimation always, it will be giving you the flawless numbers. So to facilitate your estimation, we have a 3 estimation process. Please note down, we have estimate resource, estimate duration, and estimate cost. So one process is happening in the resource management, one process is happening in the schedule management, and one process is happening in the cost management. Is it clear or not, guys?
Yeah, Mr. Bala, I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, actually, the resources literally depends on the duration, based on the
your duration is
the
depending
resource
upon the
will be-
resource. See, Mr. Venkatesh,
Yeah,
if you are not able to get the resources, you are looking for a scarce resources, and that the resource is already assigned to other projects. So they are able to redeploy to your project after 2 months. It will not impact your duration.
yeah, it will impact the duration. However, based on initially the project execution stage, the initial stage, based on the duration only we can estimate the resources, no?
See, that is depending upon your
If
practice.
it's that,
See, that is depending
if the
upon
project is
that is depending upon your practice. That is depending upon how your seniors are downloaded the things to you. But according to the project management body of knowledge, the correct procedure, the systematic procedure is that you need to do the resource estimation first. All this process will be going hand in hand, right? All this process will be going hand in hand. But according to the project management body of knowledge is saying that you need to start your resource estimation first, right?
Okay.
Right. If you don't have the availability of the resources, the client is asking you to complete the project within 2 years, but you don't have the availability of resources. Especially anyone, you are working in the Karama, right, Mr. Venkatesh?
yes.
70% of your money will be spent only on the cable system, right?
Yeah.
Right. What happens? You are able to get the cables. If you don't have the availability of cable in Qatar, you need to go outside to buy the cables, right?
Yes.
So if you are a Karama, you are a client, and maybe I'm a power system company, electrical power system company. You are asking me to submit my proposals, right?
Right.
If the cable is not available, you are asking me to complete this particular project within 6 months or 8 months, section wise or area wise. But I need to bring the cable from Turkey. If I'm going to bring the cable from the Turkey, that will be increasing my cost. I need to place the orders in advance based on the London Stock Exchange, right, Mr. Venkatesh?
Yes.
LSE.
Yeah.
If the particular person, that kind of cable is not available with them, you're asking me to just come with the aluminum cable, but they have the copper cable. And they ask us, they are asking me to wait for another 3-4 months. So you know very well that will take the lead time, right?
Yeah.
So what happens? Your resource, your inadequacy of your resource will not affect your time.
It definitely will affect. Based on that only availability only we have to, based on the duration only we will allocate.
No,
the
you want to know
resource.
about the productivity of the resources which you're going to use, right? For you to whether you are able to meet the time, right? Otherwise, it will be giving you the time impact.
Yeah.
Right. So according to the project management body of knowledge, what is the systematic procedure is that you need to do the resource estimation first. Literally. Before you do the resource estimation, you have to define the task. What task we have to perform, right? What task we need to perform, right, Mr. Venkatesh?
Yeah.
We do the
Actually,
mechanical-
my intention, my point of view is
actually, right now,
based on the project duration only.
no, see, you can do whatever method is best method for you, Venkatesh. But we are studying about the project management profession, right?
No. I am speaking about practically.
Okay.
What we are.
No, what the project management institute is advising you, you have to go with a systematic procedure. That's it. See,
Okay.
Venkatesh, the PMI is insisting you don't try to work for the output. Always you need to try to work only for the outcome. Right? Being a project manager, completing a project is not a successful project completion. Make sure that project has to complete within the budget, within the time scale. It has to meet the
within the time frame and the budget.
Right? All your contractors, subcontractors has to get the payment in appropriate time, right? You have to make sure that you are meeting the quality requirements of your customer. Then you can say that this project has met the outcome, right?
Yes.
So this is a systematic procedure, Mr. Venkatesh. It's not me dictating this.
Okay.
So estimation resources.
Why I ask, in practical, we are following these procedures. What I explained to you. That is the reason I asked this question.
Okay. Even you know very well that if you're going to work in Ashkel projects, you know very well the condition of contract given by the Ashkel to its client, to its contractors. It's a contract which is given by the Ashkel themselves.
Yeah. Actually, even the normal duration project and the fast track project, both the resource will be differ based on this duration, allocated duration.
Yes.
The milestone duration.
Yes. So that's a try to say. If they are asking you to just go with the fast, for example, you know very well the Burj Khalifa is going to be a 5-year project. They want to start in 2003. They want to complete by 2007, but it was extended to 2009, right?
Yeah.
So it's very big projects. And it's a record created project, like it's a man-made tower standing for more than 838 meters, right? Right. So whenever, to like more than like 50 levels, if you are going also, you know very well that the wind acceleration you need to learn. And it's very difficult for you to just bring something in the pinnacle. It's having more than 350 tons weight. You need to place on the pinnacle of that particular tower. It's very difficult, right?
Correct, yeah.
Right. So the complete schedule was fast track. Samsung has done that. Samsung is the main contractor for this, right? They have done many projects, right? I-Rise Tower and all, the Samsung has done. There are many companies, but the Samsung is the main contractor to do the Burj Khalifa. I think Mr. Nitin Vanchari has known that.
Yeah. Samsung along with other contractors.
Yeah,
Samsung was in the lead.
Yeah, Samsung in the lead. Yes, they are doing high-rise towers. They are very famous. Right. So estimate resources is the first thing you have to do. Hand in hand, you need to estimate the durations, and you have to do the cost estimations. Okay. So who is going to do the resource estimation? Human resource and the purchase authorities. Right? Human resource, make sure that they need to do the resource estimation, or we will be doing with the resource managers. And who will do the duration estimation? Planners, schedulers, controllers. And who will do the cost estimations? Cost engineers, quantity surveyors, commercial managers, right? Cost accountant. So they will do this one, cost estimations, right? So we have to do 3 kinds of estimations, and this estimation should be a flawless estimations. So now what they do, Once you are trying to estimate the resources, you are able to document or you're able to quantify the number of resources need for you to complete your work, physical resource or human resource, in a document called, please note it, resource requirements. So for you to estimate your resource requirements, many of the companies will be using something called ERP. Right or wrong, sir?
ERP.
Enterprise resource planning is a software application is used for you to just plan your resources, able to deploy your resources, able to track the information about the resources, usage of resources, utilization of resources. Right? Right or wrong, sir? And many companies, for them to do the duration estimation, so they will document the time units for each and every task completion. They are able to bring the time units into a document called duration estimations. Duration estimates. And most of the planning engineers, planning managers, schedulers, controllers, junior planners, they are asking the people to use something called P6, Primavera. Or if you're going to work in the IT, they will ask you to work for MS projects. Right or not, Ms. Kala? You're from IT background, right?
Yes, Bala. We are using MS Project.
MS Project. And if you're going to do the cost estimation, the software application is used in most of the construction industry for them to do the cost which you're going to spend for each and every line items, and how to track the cost, whether it's overspent or underspent or actual spend. The actual spend is meeting the planned spend. So they will be using a software application called a Candy. CANDY. It's a software, South African software. So the tool is used as a Candy software for you to do the cost estimation. The tool which is used for you to do the time estimation is a Primavera or MS Project. The tool which will be used for you to support your resource requirements or resource estimation as far as the ERP. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, well.
Okay.
Yes.
Now what happened here? We have to know the type of estimations, because we should avoid the cost overruns. We should avoid the schedule overruns. We need to know about the inflations. We need to consider the market escalations. We need to consider various factors. So what kind of estimation will support to bring a flawless estimations, right? So please be very cautious. There is an estimation type which is used before the project is initiated. So they'll be using a estimation called analogous. I will not say this one. Once I'm coming to the appropriate area, I will say that this is already discussed in the previous class, second class, third class. So try to grab all this information. All the things are recorded. You'll get 100% questions on this. So analogous type of estimations. The analogous type of estimation is called as gross value. Gross value estimations. Or it can be called as a top-down. Top-down estimations. Top-down. The analogous estimation will be giving you only the ballpark figures. It will not give the exact figures. So what makes analogous estimations? All your historical data, the historical information which you collected from the previous project, and you are making the current project as an analogy of the previous work you've done. It was taking 1 year for you to complete the same kind of project 1 year before, and it was taking 1 million for you to complete. So you'll be using the same data for the current projects. Right, Mr. Arun? Right?
Mr. Bala, can you repeat the third one? Fourth one? What is the type name? Bad?
What one? Top down.
Last one.
Oh, next one.
Ballpark figures. Ballpark figures. It's not the exact figures, it's a ballpark figures. Okay, you are giving the information that 1 year and 1 million. You constructed a kindergarten school in a particular area given by the government, kindergarten to 12th grade. It was taking 1 year for you to complete, and it was taking 1 million for you to complete. The same school, the same government is given in the repeated order, but you're going to construct this particular house in the flood-prone area. Sorry, the school in the flood-prone area. So your estimation will be working out. The first school you constructed in the heart of the city. It's away from the seaside. Right now, you are constructing the school that will be very closer to the seashore. or it's going to be a flood prone area. So can I use my rough? Can I use my analogous?
No.
No, right?
You can use reference from there.
Yeah, reference point, but it will be a flawless, right? It will
Yes.
be the gross
Reference
value. It will
additional.
not be an exact, right? So please
Yeah.
note down. The analogous estimation will be called as ROM, which is nothing but a rough order magnitude. And always your estimations or your predictions. Your estimations or your predictions. Your predictions may go right, may go wrong. Right? May go wrong. So what advice you need to give? If you are following your estimation, what is the advice you're going to give to your people? Once they are estimating the resources, once they are estimating the time units, once they are estimating the line item cost, or what you have to advise them?
This may go up.
Huh?
There will be
Or minus
change.
some percentage.
Yes, plus or minus. Please note, this is called as a range.
Yeah.
You need to just bring your estimation in the form of range, plus and minus. Don't try to give a single number estimations, because Venkateshan has taken by his boss to the Costa Cafe and they will be having a friendly discussion how much it was taking in the previous project and how much it is costing us. What is the time scale and what is the money we spent on the previous project? Sir, 1 year and 1 million. And right now the same project is awarded. Right now you're on the 9th month, almost you exhausted 90% of your budget. You're not able to complete 60% of the work. And you have 3 months and you don't have sufficient budget for you to cover the remaining work. Who's going to be who will be the blaming person here? Who will be blamed here?
No.
Venkateshan, right? A discussion is having over a cup of coffee, a friendly discussion between Mr. Venkateshan and his boss. Right now, the Venkateshan boss will blame on Venkateshan. You are the person who said, still it is ringing on my ear. You said 1 million in 1 year, but you're not able to complete that project within 1 million. You have spent more than 19% of the budget. 60% of the work is only completed. You are responsible for this flaw. So don't try to give a single number estimation. Estimation can go for it go right or it may go wrong. Always you need to bring the estimation in the form of a range, plus or minus. So once you are using the data from the historical information for you to do the analogous, the rough order magnitude is, according to the Project Management Institute, the rough order magnitude will be minus 25% to plus 75%. So you are having the inner limit and you are having the outer limit. For example, your project is having a true value of your project is 100,000. If you're going to use your rough order magnitude, the top-down estimations, the gross value, which is going to give you the ballpark figures. So what is the range you're going to bring? If your project is 100,000, true value is 100,000. If you're going to use the analogous, what is the range you're going to say to your manager? Come on, guys.
25 to 75.
Yeah, our project will be completed not less than 75,000 and it's not going to exceed more than 175,000 since you have used the historical records. Is it clear or not, guys?
Yeah.
25 to 75. Yeah.
Is it clear or not, guys? Minus 25% plus 75,000 plus 75%. The true value is 100,000 that you are not able to complete your work not less than $75,000 or euros. It will not exceed more than $175,000 or euros. Is this clear or not, everyone?
Yeah, it's clear.
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 Yes.
If our aim is that we need to bring a flawless estimations. So what we have to do, if the rough order magnitude, the examination point of view, how they're going to ask you, you are a project manager, you brought into a meeting and the client is asking you to come with the estimation numbers within 4 hours. So with which estimation method will work out within 4 hours? Your analogous, right? Your analogous will be analogous. So analogous you can use in the detailed planning stage. Analogous can be used in the early planning stage, or you can use it before you initiated your project, right? It will work out. right? So in the early planning or in the detailed planning stage, you try to switch over from analogous to parametric. So analogous can be used for you to do the resource estimation, for you to do the cost estimation, for you to do the duration estimations. Likewise, parametric will be helping you to just do the cost estimation, duration estimation, as well as your resource estimations, right? So what is the parametric? I want my rough order magnitude to be more realistic. I don't want to end into a flawless estimations. So I'm going to switch over from rough order magnitude from the parametric. Now, what is the parametric? I'm going to use the historical data. Why you need to take the historical data? No, I thoroughly checked with the historical data. That is very accurate. That is more solid. That's an underpinned data. That's more concrete data. Okay, what are you going to do with the data? I'm going to mix this particular data with a mathematical model or a mathematical algorithm. Okay, if you're going to use this combo, what will be the parametric? It will give you a flawless estimations. It will increase the accuracy in my estimation part. I can bring my inner value and outer value very close to the true value. Right or wrong, sir? Historically speaking, the ASHCAL has given you a contract that you need to lay a road from one coastal area to the other coastal area. The length of the road is 500 kilometers. Consider all the factors, the risk and other factors, environmental factors, other factors, every factor is the same. It took like 5 hours for you to lay 1 kilometer road. How long it will take for you to lay 500 kilometers road? Hello?
Yes, yeah, tell me.
It will take 2,500 hours, right? Historically, it was proven that it was taking 5 hours for you to lay 1 kilometer road. Right now, you need to lay 500 kilometer road from one end to the other end. So how much man hours it will take? How long it will take for you to complete? 2,500 hours, right or wrong, sir?
Yes, Bala, yeah.
Okay. So the parametric is still, it will increase your accuracy in your estimation part. You can apply this parametric either in the planning stage or a detailed planning stage. Either the parametric estimation can be used for the entire project, or a portion of the project can go with the parametric. Right? Okay. Still, I want to increase my accuracy part. So what I do, I will go with something called a 3-point. 3-point estimations. Now, the 3-point estimation, if you're going to work in the planning side, or if you're going to work in the as a scheduler or controller, a junior planning engineer, they will call this method. Most of the time, estimation is done using the 3-point estimations. So they will call this calculation as a PERT calculation. Please note on this. PERT calculations. The PERT calculation is nothing but it's a program evaluation review technique.
Can you repeat once again? Program?
You will call the schedule as a program, right? Most of the schedulers will call the schedule as a program, right?
Yes, yes.
So the military base
Evaluation.
The military base of US was calling this one as a PERT calculation, which is nothing but program. P stands for program or project. Program or project evaluation review technique. We can use the P for program or project evaluation review technique. So I'm going to ask you, okay, what is the pessimistic approach? What is the pessimistic? Because I'm not having the relay, I'm not able to rely on the single number estimation. I want to rely on 3 numbers. What is your pessimistic approach? What will be your optimistic approach? And what will be your most likely or realistic approach? Right? How long it will take for us to complete the design? Then we can move for the other phase. What is your pessimistic approach on this? What is your optimistic approach on this? And what is the most realistic approach on this? Or what will be the worst case scenario? or what will be the best case scenario, or what will be the most likely scenarios. Since I'm not having any relay on one single number estimation, I'm going to combine I'm going to use the 3-point estimations. Because my estimation should not be a flawless estimation. It should not lead to the cost and schedule overruns. So I'm going to just switch out from the parametric to the 3-point, which is nothing but the PERT calculations. Is it clear or not, guys? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the time is already 9:05. Tomorrow you need to go for your work, and UAE it's more. It's at 10:05. So we have to speak more on this. We have to do some calculations on this, and what estimation method is followed in the agile or the adaptive industry. That also we have to do this. So I'm going to close the session with you guys. So any questions to be asked? The continuation of this estimation method will be in the next class.
Okay.
Monday, right?
These classes is recorded, na?
All the classes will be recorded, and that will be converted as a WeTransfer link. It will be sent by Mr. Money. I'll forward to Mr. Money along with the next class link.
Okay.
Next class Zoom link will be sent to, and it will be kept in our WhatsApp repository in the common area. So you can take that link, you can come and attend the classes, and you can download that videos. Try to download that videos within 3 to 5 days, because I'm not having any premium or pro version. I'm having I can send only the thing which will be available 5 days. That link will be available only 5 days. I don't have the backup copies also. Please try to cooperate, try to download and take this one, and many videos will be coming to you guys. So take and maintain all the materials in the separate folders.
Okay.
So any question to be asked?
The classes on Wednesday and Thursday, huh?
No. It will be on Monday and Wednesday. Monday and Wednesday.
Monday and Wednesday.
Monday and Wednesday. We started this one on last Wednesday. The continuation class should be on Monday. I was having a class to complete. So I completed that class, extension class on Monday. So real class is started from today. So the class is already recorded. I'll be converting this one a WeTransfer link. Right now I'll be sending to Mr. Money. Tomorrow morning you can get this link. And once we are having the common understanding of for next 2 or 3 classes, we'll go with the chapter wise and we'll be discussing about the questions. The questions which we'll be discussing on our training, that will be the question which is given by the PMI Exam Security Board. Don't try to disclose this one outside, please.
Okay.
You may have the chance to repeat the same question for your examination, 40 to 50%.
Okay.
Okay.
So Bala, we have
material will be distributed separately.
No, already Mr. Money has kept that one in the WhatsApp group, right? You can see that WeTransfer the complete materials. I send you nearly the form, what you say, the templates, project management best templates. What are the guidelines to fill that templates? I send you 4 books. I send you a hands-on session. I send the separate slide for predictive approach and send a separate slide for agile approach. I was sending you many questions, formula guide. So everything is compiled and he has kept it as a WeTransfer link. You can search in he has formed a group today morning, or you can ask Mr. Money to include you and ask him to forward that one.
Okay, fine.
So, right? Anything?
Bala, still we are not started on the chapters, right?
No,
we are still going through the basics.
But we are covering the things, right? What we have to cover in future, we are able to cover the estimation also by going through this one now.
Okay.
So we will not discuss
Bala, one more thing. So are we referring this PPT along with our discussion, or because it
no,
is
sir,
keeping...
Actually, I will not go much with the PPT, sir. I will go with much with only whiteboards. PPT is only for your reference.
Okay. Because it will be good if we can have the
no problem. What you said is
whatever.
Accepted. Picture will paint 1,000 words, right?
Yeah, you are right.
That will be considered. We'll consider.
Yeah.
Bala, one last thing from my end is like Money has shared the study material, but if you can spend 5 minutes explaining how to refer that and on which file belongs to.
No, actually, don't try to use the materials, training materials. I'm asking you to just go with only 3 materials. The first material, take a note that PMBOK 6th edition. Because 90 questions which you're going to get from the predictive approach will be coming from the PMBOK 6th edition. Even though the PMI has brought the 7th edition, that can be a guideline document that will use for you to operate your project as a standard. That will not have much information
Okay.
which you have on the sixth edition.
Okay.
Sixth
Second
edition is
is-
very important for you to just score 90 questions for the predictive approach. And there is a second book called Agile Practice Guide. Agile Practice Guide. So that will take another 90 questions. Predictive approach will be completely discussed extensively. It will be discussed on the PMBOK 6th edition. The adaptive approach, which will be having 4 different life cycle: incremental, iterative, agile, and the hybrid. That will be discussed very detailedly. That will be discussed extensively in the Agile Practice Guide. And one book is a combo of that predictive approach and adaptive approach. So that material is mine, which I got from the PMI to pass my train the trainer exams. So that will be having the complete exam content outline. That will be
What's the
having
title of that?
PMI Authorized Exam Prep 2020 release. PMI PMP Exam Authorized Exam Prep. PMI Authorized Exam Prep 2020 release. So that is the third material. So don't try to bring any other material. 3 material will do. Okay, sir.
All right, noted.
PMBOK 6th edition, PMBOK 7th edition. Don't try to bring the PMBOK 7th edition for the exams preparation. You can use that one guide as a guideline document for you to have the proper guidelines for you to apply in your projects, real-time projects. That will not have that much of information. It will be having only summary level of information. PMBOK 6th edition is advisable. Agile Practice Standard is advisable, and the book PMI Authorized Exam Prep, that is advisable. 3 materials only is advisable. Can I take a leave from you guys? So we'll be.
Thanks, bye.
Thank you.
Fine.
Good night. So we'll be meeting on Wednesday, 7 o'clock. All your Zoom link will be
Monday.
sent.
Monday.
Monday.
Oh, Monday. Sorry. Monday. Monday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks,
you.
Bala.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bala.
Thank you all.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for your time spending with me.
Thanks.
Bye.